States Drone Society. It's Sunday, April 23rd. We welcome you to the live show. Tonight we have Chad Schulze as our special guest. We have the Sunday Spectacular and Best of the Rest, and we'll be giving away a custom mug. We also have a brand new segment on the show that you don't want to miss. Buckle up, hit the like button, and let's fly.
Let's go.
And good evening, United States Drone Society. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You?
Good. How was your week?
Excellent.
You get out flying at all?
Nope.
Well, I spent a good amount of time out flying, got some pitches, and but hey, we have a good show tonight lined up. So why don't we get right in and say hi to the people in the chat?
Sure.
And our first person was actually CT Pirate. He was actually I think yesterday or the day before. I don't know if you can see that, but he's there in the chat.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we got a Mudball in the house.
Don, how you doing?
In the back. We also got Angie. She's in the house. Hi, Angie.
Angie, how you doing?
Got your aunt, Donna.
Got my aunt Donna. How you doing?
Mr. Skyfly.
Hey, Joel, how you doing?
Your wife's in the house, as always.
My wife.
Yep. Boom, right there.
My biggest supporter.
Yep. Michael Regis is in the house.
How you doing, Michael?
We got Trent.
Hey, Trent, glad to have you here.
And Jim Beauchart.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, how's it going, buddy? All right. Mill City Sky, Will Miranda.
How you doing, Will?
Hey, Max. How you doing, Max? I saw you chasing Tammy today with the Avadas.
Yeah, hi, Max.
Live vid.
And I'm sure Tammy's around too. Hi, Tammy.
Yeah. We got Captain Joe America.
Yeah, we missed Jim too. Jim's there. Hi, Jim.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jim.
He'll be joining us for open chat.
Yes, he will. Dominic, as always.
Hi, Dominic. And hi, Captain Joe America.
Your son's in the house.
My son, Benjamin.
Yeah.
And I believe my son, Paul Jr. is here also.
Okay. Waypoint, New England.
How you doing?
Hot Rod in Daytona. Hello.
Glad to have you here again.
Mandy Joe's in the house.
How you doing, Mandy Joe?
Let's see. Lance Cadena. He's in the back.
Lance. How you doing? He'll be joining us for open chat, actually.
Yeah. JSKEnterprise.
Hi, hello. Leonard. How you doing?
Your cousin Beans is in the house too.
Hey, Beans. How you doing? Glad to have you here, buddy.
Jerry Franks. Hello.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Captain Ray Kelly. How you doing?
Ray Kelly.
All right. Hey, Johnny Drone Flyers in the house also.
Hey, Johnny. How you doing?
Nice
Good
to
to have
see
you here. Looks like everybody.
And Tim Jackson.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Tim? Tim, I said Chim. Tim, how you doing? So thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate it. And before we get going with the show, why don't we do Sunday Spectacular?
Let's do it up.
Now listen. Chad posted that picture that had all the fog in the background. And when he posted that picture, he says, nothing special. Just Chad, that picture was phenomenal, man. You caught that. You couldn't have caught it at a better time. I'm really happy that you shared it. And to me, that wasn't just nothing special. That picture really had some nice.
I remember seeing that. And the other thing I like is you're experimented with tilt shift on the Gulf station there.
Yeah, actually, when we have him on the show and bring him in, I wanted to talk to him about that. That tilt shift was top notch, even with the sign at the bottom. Like I enjoyed that picture a lot. So
there was a few pictures of that, I believe. There was one that could show the cars, and then there was one that had it blurred out. It just had the actual station.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So with that, let's bring in our featured guest, Mr. Chad Schulze. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good, guys.
Yeah. It was a good night to have you here. I didn't plan for that to happen, to have you on the show, and then you won Sunday Spectacular. I just couldn't resist giving it to you after looking at that picture.
Yeah, actually, that tilt shift on the Gulf station, there's an app on Android that you can put blur out pretty much any section you want. You can draw it in, draw around. Like I did the sign, I left that out and just blurred everything else out, the cars and the background.
Yeah. And the interesting part I see happening is we went through the winter months and the cold weather and the trees without the leaves on them, and now that all the colors coming back and you got yourself an Air 2S, I've been seeing you've been posting a lot of content, so it looks like you're spending a lot of time with the Air 2S and getting familiar with it. So have you owned an Air 2S before, or is this your first time?
That's the first time. I had the Air 2 before. Flies the same everything. Air 2 is a good drone. The biggest difference was getting used to the settings are the same, but with the larger sensor, the settings are different because it lets in more light. So that's been my biggest curve, was getting used to that. And I think I finally got that under control.
Yeah. Now, what is your, I would say you've had some trouble with it, I believe, with the ND filters, right?
Yes, they were getting, it was a variable ND filters, and they were getting soft spots on the corners that really wouldn't even color correctly. I talked to, it was B&H Photo where I bought them from, and their answer was, expect that with variable ND filters. Buy yourself another set for the ones that the settings that do blur out. They said actually sometimes they'll even get a cross pattern across the video where it's light through the video in a cross shape.
Okay.
Basically, It's a 5-stop, and the only settings that are good on it are the equivalent to an ND4 and an ND8. Anything above that, it gets the blurred sections on in video. The funny thing, photos, it doesn't do it. Just video.
Yeah. Well, and I think that are you using filters to get some long exposure shots, or?
I really don't use the filters that much anyway. Occasionally, the only reason I usually do use them if I'm going to take a photo for long exposure, like if I have like a water or something like that. But video, I usually only put them on if there's super bright sun and I know I'm going to be flying into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if one had to say that there was a gripe to the Air 2S, I would say that it didn't have the adjustable aperture. So when you're taking video specifically, ND filters are going to become an important part of your toolkit for it. I mean, there's so much good to say about the Air 2S, but if you had to pin it down to the negative, it's that locked in, what is it, 2.8?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I know people say, well, it doesn't have side obstacle avoidance. Well, I have never used my obstacle avoidance. Since I've had the Mavic Pro and on up, I've never used it. Just so if you get used to it and you don't ever fly with it, you're not missing anything. You just got to be aware of what you're doing, which I think sometimes is the best thing to do.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't really use obstacle avoidance much with the Air 2S either. I always had it in sports mode, getting where I needed to go. But I noticed now with my Mavic 3, because it has the 360-degree obstacle avoidance, I'm using it to allow myself to get real low in areas and get some shots looking up, because the way the camera, the gimbal pitches upward, and you can get some unique looks. And I've had some real success with my photography doing that, and I want to continue in that path. And the Air 2S has that capability too, but I just don't feel as comfortable with it because of that reason, that it doesn't have side obstacle avoidance. I feel more secure with the Mavic 3 in that aspect.
The only thing I don't like about the Air series is the inability to turn the bottom sensor off. With the Mavic Pro, I could fly a foot off the water and not have to worry about it. I'd go under bridges and everything like that. With not being able to turn the Air 2S and the Air 2 sensors off, I've been really hesitant to go under the bridges I used to.
Yeah.
Just because of the height. I mean, if it was, a 50-foot tall span between the bridge decking and the water, that's one thing. But whenever you're talking 15 feet off the water, yeah, I'm not pushing my luck anymore.
Yeah. Now, before you fly under a bridge, are you switching your return to home to just hover?
Yes. Mainly I learned my lesson one time. Forgot to turn it off, and I got under a bridge. I lost connection. It was in return to home. It flew up, smacked the decking of the bridge, and down into the water. And it was February that I was wading in waist deep water to get the pickup drone out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I've seen some videos, especially Ken Herons. They strapped a drone to another drone and forgot to disable the obstacle avoidance. And once they started the drone, it took off. It wouldn't come back down. Then to crash land it. So yeah.
Yeah, it was my Mavic Pro. Basically, I just tore it completely apart, and you get those moisture removing packets and like prescriptions and clothes. I threw it in a Ziploc with about 15 to 20 of those for a few days after I blew out the boards and got all the water out of it, and thing flew fine. I got rid of it after a year and a half of flying it after that. So yeah, I took it apart. There was no rust on connections or anything like that. I'm just glad it was fresh water.
Yeah. And the one other thing I really liked about the Air 2S that I learned with the Air 2S, and I still utilize the Mavic 3, but if I really want to get a good centered shot, instead of trying to crop it in post, I put it in video mode and I select the target so it locks onto it like a focus track on it. And then I get the drone positioned where I want to position it, and then I put it in the photo mode and it's already centered and ready to go for the shot. So I like that about the Air 2S.
Yeah, I'll have to try that. I haven't done, I still piss around with doing it, lining it up and Yeah, I'll have to try that sometime.
Yeah, and it won't allow you to do it in 4K 60. So if you try to select an object in 4K 60, it won't work. You got to drop it to 30, and it'll work. There's no you actually just box it on the screen, and then it'll come up. There's no option to like enable it. You just select your target by putting a box over it, and it helps when you're taking photography, especially like if you're doing you do a lot of real estate type photography too, so that would help there too.
Yeah, it would have actually helped it had been yesterday when I had a surprise job. Somebody called and said I needed a flagpole inspected because the wind ripped it apart. I was in 17-mile-an-hour winds yesterday trying to hover and shoot the top of a flagpole on so they could see the damage.
Yeah.
It was a event center, and they said, we don't want to pay to bring a lift in to look at it and then order parts and then pay to get the lift back in. So they were like 7 miles down the road. I said, yeah, $40, I'll be out. And, it took me like 7 minutes. So it is all like I had to edit the photos or anything. So quick job, but that would have been easier to do that way than getting bounced around the way I was.
Yeah. Now, making the switch from the Air 2 to the Air 2S, what would you think is something that you do now that you didn't do when you had the Air 2?
Watch my battery life closer. Yeah. I'm losing probably 7 minutes of flight time between the Air 2 and the Air 2S.
Yeah. Well, at least you get to use the Air 2 batteries for your Air 2S.
Yeah, that's what I did. I had bought a replacement unit and kept all my batteries, kept my charger, kept my remote, and sold the Air 2 just as a drone only. When I think I gave them my props and my ND filters because I couldn't use those anyway.
Yeah.
So that was the cheapest way to go about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really like the photography you've been taking. That, like I said, that picture, man, I don't know how you can sit there and say, nothing special. That was really a nice photo.
It was.
It's probably easy when you take a picture, because sometimes I'll be editing pictures and I'll be like, I don't think that one came out that great. But then after you finish editing it and you post it and you bring it up in your screen, you're like, you know what, this actually isn't that bad of a picture.
Yeah, it's just there again, it's like you guys say, like, well, it gets kind of old filming boats on the water all the time. Well, I see that every morning from pretty much spring to fall through, and actually sometimes during the winter. That fog's there every morning if I choose to get up for it. And, so as it just gets mundane. So it's, something I'm saying is nothing special. You guys are like, yeah, that's great. And it works vice versa on that.
Yeah, it's because you're used to seeing it all the time. And so, it is what it is. But, go back and take a look at that photo and you'll see it's really, really good stuff. So, I appreciate having you come on and we talk about your content. We really didn't pick a video. I had messaged you earlier. I was trying to figure out a video we were going to show, but we didn't really have one picked out to show during the stream. So maybe I'm going to bring in some other guests, and if you want to pick one of your videos that we could share, you could send me the link to it, and I'll play it a little later in the show if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. I actually want to bring in our other, I'm going to call them featured guests, because we have a new segment on the show that I'd like to introduce everybody to. And before we do that, I'm going to bring out our good friend, Don. Don, how you doing?
Hi, guys.
Hey, Don.
It's good to have you here. So, Don, I think before we start talking about this, I think maybe we should play the segment. What do you think?
It's up to you.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, kids. Welcome to Fisheye's Mailbox. My first letter comes from Don. Dear Fisheye, Paul wants to know if you'd like to do a segment on the United States Drone Society show. Do you have any ideas? Yeah, I got all kinds of ideas. I'm smart. We could do a Fisheye's Mailbox. People send in questions. I give them answers. Half the writing would be done by the viewers, and I'm lazy. Also, one of my favorite things in the world to do is explaining things to dumb people. Yeah, David Lorenzo. Who uses an AOL email account? Well, Fisheye wound up with about 60 free hour CDs from the 90s, and he's using them.
Hey, it works out good, you know. And they put enough hours on them, 1,000 hours, 5,000 hours. It was crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah. So listen, if you guys want to have your questions answered by Fisheye, send your questions to questionforfisheye@aol.com. It'll be an easy email address to remember because nobody else is using AOL. Excuse me.
Is it
Yeah.
still dial-up?
I don't know. It's in his
they
box.
still-
I don't do it.
Do they still have dial-up? I'd like to know.
I don't know.
Because it just seems that now dial-up would be like, you wouldn't even be able to access websites if you really think about it, because there's so much data now.
hmm
That it
Well, I
can't-
saw somebody online put a Commodore 64 online,
Yeah.
and that's going extreme.
That is.
I wanted to ask you, Don, how did you come up with the idea for Fisheye? And I just want everybody to know the Fisheye segment was not my idea. I just reached out to Don and I was like, hey, do you want to do a segment with Fisheye on the show? So it's, you know, all his idea. It's none of my creativity, and it's very creative and funny. But let us know how you started Fisheye.
At work, a guy came up to me and he told me about TikTok. I'd never heard of TikTok, and he said it's going to be the next big thing. And I looked at it, I'm like, this is stupid. This is just a bunch of stupidity. And he was talking about, no, it's going to be big. I'm like, I bet you I could get 100 subscribers before you do, or 100 followers, whatever it was. And I thought, okay, how am I going to do this? I don't want to put my face on it. And so I grabbed it. Well, here, I can show you the original Fisheye. You want to see the original Fisheye?
Yeah, absolutely.
There he is. There's a couple googly eyes and pipe cleaner, and I found an old cigarette and hot glued that in his mouth. And that's what he started out as.
I can hear that sock stuck together. That's crazy. It's like an old stiff gym sock.
Well, he's made with cardboard in the mouth, and yeah, it just and hot glue. But after this conversation, I'd seen a dead possum in the street on the way into work, and I thought, okay, I know how I'm going to do it. So I just made this sock puppet in like an hour or so, and walked out down the street and had the sock puppet look at the dead possum and say, "That's a weird looking dog." And that was the start. Took off.
Yeah, and it's good stuff. It's kind of like it's like Dominic's kind of situation where someone doubted him and he came out and said, "All right, I'll show you." And you know, so speaking of Dominic, he's in our back room, and we're gonna bring in our guest chat panel. Dominic, how you doing, brother?
Hey, Dominic.
Good evening. We got Al Cercione here. How you doing, Al?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey, Al.
Hey, Al.
David, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey,
That's
Dave.
troublemaker.
We got Jim Gannat. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Jimmy.
Doing great, thanks.
We got Lance Cadena. How you doing?
Hey, how are you guys?
Hello, Lance.
And we have our good friend Nick Smith. How you doing, brother?
Good. How you guys doing? Sorry, a little late again tonight. So
No worries. I send
Yeah.
out invites. If you can make it, you can
How's
make
it going, Nick?
Yeah.
good. How you guys doing?
You all right?
Good.
Great.
Oh, look at that. And we got Captain Ray Kelly who joined the back. We can't bring him in just yet, but we'll bring him on a little later. That's the nice part actually about upgrading the StreamYard to the 1080p now. I can actually have more people in the back room so we can fluctuate.
Cool.
people.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you can
We have
still
a good
only
crowd.
have 10 on the panel, right?
Yes, still 10 on the panel, but you can have, I think, up to 18 or something in the back. But we have Captain Ray who showed up in the back, and we know what he shows up for, so we're going to do best of the rest now.
All right.
All right.
Nice. Nice.
That's
Listen,
awesome.
Great
finding
photos.
music is getting more and more difficult because now I have to find songs that are faster with their beats because I have to fit more and more pitches in there. You guys really keep me on my toes and with some fantastic shots. I never get bored doing that segment.
Jim and I can help you with that, Paul. No problem.
Yeah,
You got plenty of music.
yeah, plenty of music.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah,
we love that stuff.
I actually signed up for audio also, so now I'm going to have audio and Epidemic Sound. Audio had a deal like 70% off for the entire year, so I get a year's worth of all their music unlimited with licensing for it was like $50, something like
Did you,
that.
yeah,
Nice.
did you go for the professional package or the middle of the road, Paul?
It was the middle one. It was a pro package, but it's usually $199 because they do lifetime for $500,
Yep.
yearly for $199, and then another one I forget. But I went for the year one because they
Mhm.
gave you 70% off, so like $50 or something like
That's
that.
pretty good. Yeah.
So I need to do that because Epidemic Sound is great, but for the style of music that I like, I'm running out of selections.
Oh, yeah.
That's not good.
That's good to know too, Paul. Because I was actually looking at maybe getting Epidemic Sound, but if it's not, if you're.
Oh
finding-
no! Don't let
Yeah.
me discourage you from getting Epidemic Sound. There's a lot there. I just
Is
have
there?
a
Okay.
particular style.
Yeah. Don't get Duende. They suck. There's
Yeah.
not
Okay.
enough there, and they charge you too much.
Yeah.
He says I can get lifetime for $109. I didn't even want to spend $199 though. That's why I said, 70% off. It's better for around $50 rather than $200. And for a year, I mean, it's a good deal. Even
That's
at
a good
$200,
deal.
but I didn't really have $200 to drop on it. So
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't like it, you didn't spend that much, and you can switch.
Who else uses Upbeat? Because I use Upbeat, and I only pay $6.99 monthly. Does anybody else use it?
no,
I haven't tried it.
not at all.
No.
Don't look at me. I'm not the video guy.
Yeah. I don't know.
I fly them in video. I don't just edit them.
Yeah.
The reason
Well,
I-
if my understanding is that if you are licensed with, let's say, Apple Music or Spotify or something like that, where you pay monthly for your music subscription, there's a program out there called Note Burner that you can download for like $25. It removes all the copyright meta tags and stuff like that. And as long as you pay the royalty to get your sound every month, you can use those songs commercially.
Yeah.
What format? Which
copyrighted music?
formats?
MP3.
No. I mean, like, is it Pandora, Spotify?
Yeah, Pandora,
how many of them?
Spotify, Apple, all the major music
them.
streamers. Yeah,
That's good to know.
yeah.
No, I don't think that would get you the copyright free. You still have to pay your ASCAP fees.
Yeah. David Lorenzo said he uses Upbeat.
Mhm.
And see, since I'm not monetized,
It might pull the DRM off of it, but
Mm-hmm.
just because it pulls copyright information off of it doesn't mean that it's not copyright.
yeah, see, I'm not monetized. Almost every song I use gets some sort of copyright claim, but it's
Foreign.
YouTube has two sections, one where you get a full block and possibly a strike, and one where they just say you might not be able to use it in certain countries, or
Yeah,
you
that's
just
what I
can't
get too,
monetize it.
Yep.
Yeah, most of it, like you just won't be heard in Djibouti or something like that. Who
Yeah.
the hell cares?
The common one now for me is Russia. I never knew Russia had a claim on Guns N' Roses.
Now, listen, I want to give Ray Kelly a chance to come in and say hi to everybody. So, can we have someone volunteer to go in the back for right now?
I'll go back.
All right, David, I'll bring you back in a bit. Hey, Captain Ray, how you doing?
Hey, how's
Hi,
everybody
Ray.
doing? Yeah.
Hey, Ray.
I could have stayed in the back room. That would have
Oh,
been fine.
I would feel wrong. I want you to come out and I want you to be able to say hi to everybody.
Yeah. No, good to see everybody. Everybody in the chat. How you doing?
Yeah.
Ray.
Hey, Ray.
So
Saw your
over the
video.
week, we had a Top Down Tuesday contest that I ran in the group, and I was going to pick my favorite and a runner-up. There's some really great photography put in there, but I picked my runner-up, and I'm going to post my runner-up picture now. And that's Steve Hyde with this picture. Really, really good.
That's cool.
Yep.
I don't know
Very
what
What
this
is that?
facility is, but it looks like it's a very cool perspective. I like
I
this
mean, you
shot.
guys don't know what that is? It's so obvious.
The metric
Yeah.
To you,
car. Looks like a
it's a
race
secret
car.
spot number 8.
Yeah, that's really cool though. Wherever that's taken, and then the winner of the Top Down Tuesday contest, and I really don't see what's beating this, is Vic Moss. Vic
Yeah.
Moss posted this picture.
That's
This is
cool.
Oh yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Really.
Where's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. If to me it could be sand, but the different colors leads me to believe that it's some other material.
I think it's the construction site he's been
Glory.
photographing.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
like construction. I don't know.
It's
That's
really
weird.
cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, it's an incredible shot. I mean, everybody posted great pictures, but I had to pick two. And Steve Hyde was so unique. Whatever that, like, I get it's the shape of some sort of race vehicle, but is it a parking lot or what is the whole area around it? It's a lot of questions with that picture.
Seems like top-down shots are becoming very, very popular right now.
Yeah. Well, and you got Top Down Tuesday, and I know that by Tuesday afternoon, there's probably already 30 posts in the group for Top Down Tuesday. And yeah, that's great stuff. Oh, everybody, I'd like you to, keep Bud in your thoughts. Hope he gets well soon. Apparently he came down with a head cold and he couldn't make it tonight. So if you're watching out there, Bud, I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bud.
Definitely.
Paul,
better,
I would have been here sooner, but I had a Karen come up to me and start picking on me.
Uh-oh.
I was flying my sunset flight here at the marina, and she come walking her dog, trespassing on our property, and she started complaining that my flight was illegal. You know what I told her? I said, "No, it's not, lady. Go back to your boat."
Good. Stand up.
You're on your property?
Yeah.
But anyway, then the husband came over. But it's a long story, so I won't go into it. But
Well, you won, obviously. You don't have any marks on you, so good job.
yeah, I said, go call the police. Be my guest.
Yeah.
I'm going to call the FAA. I said, be my guest.
Yeah.
Ray, did you see the picture I posted earlier? Next to secret spot number 1, that little canal right there?
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah. Yep, very cool.
Yeah, I just
That's a good canal. That canal is a real good canal for manatees.
Yeah, there are so many of those along the coast there. They're really cool to look at. And I've even seen some like further in, and they go right down to all those houses that I'll never be able to afford.
Yeah.
Canals, not the manatees.
You got to have raised money for
those
that.
canals are great. I've got a lot of footage of that, like in other areas. So
You did a lot of flying when you were down here, Chris. You really got around.
I filled up 3 SD cards, and when I ran out, then I had to use the drone for internal storage.
Yeah, sure.
It's a lot of stuff that's going to come out. I mean, I could give you guys like 2 months of just. I don't even need to put anything else out. That's how much I got. It was
That's good.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a blast, and I want to go down there again, like tonight. I just want to. I'm thinking of maybe the fall. I might, if I could do it down there and get the places that I didn't get, and I'll go further south, closer to Miami.
Al and I are going to go fly on Thursday. We're going to go to another secret spot, right, Al?
Yep, can't tell them where it is.
Uh-oh. Can't tell it. Yeah.
Ray, thanks for telling me about that secret spot, because
All right, anytime.
it's
My
really
spots
cool.
up here says secret. The people that live here don't know where I'm flying.
Yeah. So listen, I'm gonna do the custom mug giveaway now. Captain Ray, I'm gonna put you out in the back for now because we got.
I love this mug. I love it. I can't say enough good things about it.
Remember, don't put them in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Don't put them in the dishwasher. Hand wash only.
You guys, I don't even have one of those mugs yet. I'm the co-host, and I don't even have one. What's going on?
Got to work harder.
Yeah.
So hey, Chris, you and I just did it
in the chat.
Put it this way: if I don't win tonight, I'll buy one. I'll buy
There you
2.
go. She makes really good stuff, and the link to her shop is in the description of the video.
Oh yeah, she's the one who made my NB Drones shirt that I wore down there at the South Florida Drone Meetup.
I'm not Barry.
I'm not Barry. Yeah, Barry's been doing a lot of lighthouse shots.
Yeah, he has.
And he's been getting some really good pictures of those lighthouses, I'll tell you.
I don't think there's a lighthouse he hasn't covered.
Oh, I'm sure there's more that he hasn't. He's going to get them all. But yeah, he does a really great job. And a lot of them are sunrise pics. And yeah, he's doing a good job.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They are, definitely.
USBC.
I couldn't enter, so I thought I'd do something funnier.
Yeah, hey, it works. We have 22 entries. Hashtag USDS in the chat. I'm going to let this run for 1 more minute or so, and then I'm going to roll it and see who wins.
Yeah, 44 people watching right now. Only 22 entries. Come on, guys.
Come on, get the likes up as well.
Even you guys in the panel, you can do it if you don't have one, you know, or if you do win, you could pay it forward.
Yep.
Yeah, we need likes.
We got Lee Bessing here, who got his mug and was kind enough to send me a picture. This is Yellow Rose Drone.
Yeah, Lee, it was nice meeting you down at the South Florida Drone Meetup. And go on his Facebook page, man. He's got a lot of posts from his trip down to Florida. I mean, he got a lot of footage. I mean, and it's incredible. I mean, the guy's great. He's got a lot of stuff. Let's just put it that way.
All right. Well, we're going to let this roll. Can I get a drum roll, please? Who's the winner? Who wins today? Hey, Leonard. Congratulations, Leonard. I don't know if you have a Facebook, but if you do, you can reach out to me on Messenger and send me your address. If you don't have Facebook, just let me know in the chat, and I'll send along my email to you.
So, Paul.
Yeah.
Should this be the time where we announce the content creator of the week?
Sure, go right ahead.
Lee Bessing. Yep. Like I said, he does a lot of he does just tons and tons of footage, and it's been, I mean, if you guys have him,
he's busy.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's the content creator of the week coming up to this week.
You know, not only that, but he's very helpful. He and I have been chatting, gosh, a lot the last couple days, and he's just very helpful on flying the Avata, and I've been asking him questions. So yeah, very helpful dude as well.
Yeah, and we had Jeff Norman join the back, so I want to bring him in.
Jeff.
How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, Jeff. I remember meeting you down at South Florida Drone Meetup.
Gentlemen, how are you?
All right. Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Good to see you all.
Good to see you too, man.
Now.
You too.
Yeah, and actually, Yellow Rose Drone is actually in the chat. He said he's outdoors at a country club right now, waiting for the golden, whatever parachute people to land. Oh, it sounds like he's seeing something interesting. Well, if people are around the parachutes, I'm pretty sure that drone's not up, or it shouldn't be. Imagine that.
So, Jeff, was it you that won the 60-second video down at the 30th annual drone meetup?
I did not. I forget the name of the gentleman. I didn't.
I can't remember the guy's name.
I don't remember. I would like to see it because obviously I do a lot of videos, but I'm not sure who it was.
Was it Alex? Was it Alex Escardo?
No,
it was somebody else, and I thought it was you.
Who's got the someone's got an echo or some sort of humming from their mic.
It's not me.
It's in me.
It went away now.
Yeah, it's gone now. Okay, that was weird. Well, no big deal. It's gone. So I'm sorry. What were you saying, Jeff?
No, I enjoy seeing everyone's videos. You learn something from everyone. We in New York, there's a 5 boroughs drone meetup club that I'm one of the administrators, and we had a class on Friday night, and I learned things as well as taught people things. And afterwards, we went to an actual secret location, Ray. But if you guys go to my YouTube channel, I did a very short video of a time lapse there. It's pretty cool looking. but I'll have a longer video of that site put up maybe tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure yet, but it's again like Ray's things. It's secret, but as soon as you see it, you realize it's not all that secret. I don't know if you want to see it.
Yeah.
If you find it on my channel, you can put it up if you want. It's only I think 10 seconds long.
Yeah. I actually I do have something that I wanted to share. I'm sure a lot of us in the group know who Todd Skirvin is.
Oh yeah.
And he shared something with me this week that I wanted to share with the group, so I'm gonna add it and play it now. This was great.
Oh,
nice.
Jeez.
Almost looks like you're visiting the Masters.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I've been playing golf. The new
Oh,
EA.
look at that. Wow, look at those blossoms. Cool.
Cherry blossoms, right?
Yep.
You see a lot of those recently because everything's just blooming. Beautiful.
Boston, they're starting to pop out, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I was up there this week.
I was all through Boston this week. I'm going there tomorrow for my job.
Yeah.
And look at you can see it peeking through the
Harvard.
trees back there. That humongous
Oh
flag.
yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Nice.
I think all of our flowers are going to be off the trees after tonight. We're supposed to get another freeze.
Oh my God. Bud had snow yesterday.
No,
We had some snow here, and a couple nights ago we had 2 days back down in the 20s overnight, and supposed to get another one tonight.
That's
So
too cold, Chad.
I think the trees are going to have their
Almost
last
rained.
hurrah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Todd did great there.
Oh yeah, love
That's
that.
cool.
Yep.
This video is just as fun to watch as it is to watch Michael Hallsworth videos.
You did a great job with this
That's
video.
real.
That's
Yeah,
great.
this is nice. Yep, I'll fly around.
Good transition.
Is Michael Hallsworth in the chat? I didn't see him.
No, I didn't see him tonight.
So listen, chat. Todd Skirvin only has 28 subscribers, so I'm going to post the link
Yep.
to his
Everybody,
channel
Yep.
in the chat. And when
Everybody
I do
got it.
that, you guys could send him some love.
Yeah, make sure you watch.
I get it.
Make
Got
sure you
it.
watch a video too.
Oh, nice hyperlapse right there. Holy smokes. That's what I'm working on next. Damn.
Sub,
nice.
Lee.
Wow.
Always nice
That's
to see
awesome.
the American flag.
Yep. Liked and subscribed to.
Yep. I'm just commenting on it too.
Gotta love it. You're finding some serious wind there, huh? That flag's not sitting still.
Oh yeah. That definitely looked like it.
That's the best way to see a flag. I'll tell you that one.
There's a little breeze up there.
Oh, those blossoms are beautiful. That's what I've been waiting for all this winter, to start seeing the blossoms come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, real nice.
Indiana's nice country.
Todd, that was incredible.
Great, Todd.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thank you for allowing me to share that with everybody here. I appreciate it. Oh, that's a huge
There
flag.
he is. What's up,
30 by
buddy?
50 feet. Holy smokes.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, you know the wind was getting pretty good to blow that flag around
I was
like
gonna
that.
say, if you get a 50-foot flag blowing that stiff into the wind, and the drone was holding pretty steady on him.
Yeah, it did great.
Anybody know what drone he uses?
Yeah.
Gotta be a big one.
He's in the chat.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll let him respond, but I think it's his Mavic.
It's gotta
2
be
Pro.
Mavic, yeah.
He'll let us know. Hey, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
What's up, Ben?
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
So look at that. He went from 28 to 37 subscribers. Wow. That looks
Hey,
good.
Just like
that's
that.
one.
Yeah, I was number 31.
We got him a bump.
There we go. Mavic 2
There we go.
Pro.
2 Pro? Okay.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I want to share something with you. After all these years of cameras and GoPros and drones, I finally got my first bad SanDisk screen card.
Yay.
JPEGs
those
are
are nice.
fine.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
JPEGs are
Trust
fine.
me.
Movies are fine, and every single raw file I shot with it has lines like rainbow lines going through it.
Oh, hey,
Is it an
Jeff,
old card
Jeff,
or
what?
did you just get it?
Hey.
Jeff, what computer are you using?
It ain't the computer. It's a. First of all, I've been in IT for 40 years. It's a MacBook Pro M1 Pro processor, 32 gigs of RAM, and a terabyte of solid state that's not nearly filled, and I shut it off every night. So
is it? Are you run? I'm asking this because there's a bug right now. Load it into Lightroom and see if the raw files work.
okay, there's a bug in
In the preview for on the MacBook
Okay.
or on the Mac. There's something going on with it right now. If you load them into Lightroom, they'll be fine. So check
Okay.
that and see if that works. So
I
I had
will
that
try
same thing happen.
Lightroom is one of the 5 photo apps I use, and I use 5 video apps also, depending on what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, try Lightroom. That should
I will
work
try
in there.
that.
Yeah.
But it's the only card that happens on. I have
Huh.
raw files on
crazy.
other cards. It's just that one card, so I think it is the card.
Yeah, it
I've
might
got
be.
other cards from them, and I have pro grade cards, and everything else is fine. So
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have something I need some help troubleshooting, so I'm going to share a video file here. Now, this is a master shot with the Mavic 3.
Nobska.
Okay, now I have this issue, and it should show here. Let me fast forward it a bit here. All right, now watch the stutter. You see how it's stuttering?
Yeah.
And every time I do a master shot, when it does that shot, it stutters. You see that as the stuttering. It happens on every master shot. They're never smooth, and I don't know how to fix that. I don't know what the issue is.
What is your shutter speed?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
It's
ask.
set to auto. It's the master shot. I don't adjust anything.
So it's going to happen if people have this terminology they don't understand. They're abusing it, which is called the 180-degree rule. When movie cameras had a rotating shutter when it was 180 degrees around, that meant something. There's no such thing as a 180-degree rule at all. But what it means is if you're shooting 30 frames per second and you're shooting it faster than a 60th of a second, if you're moving fast like it is when you pan up, it's going to be stuttery. It's totally the faster the subject moves in the video, whether you're moving up or you're moving low to the ground and fast, you'll see it. If you're high up in the air and moving slowly, you probably won't see that. But it's basically you should always control it manually and with filters or whatever. You should never shoot more than twice. The shutter speed should be 1/60th if you're shooting 30 frames per second. It should be 1/50th if you're shooting 24 frames per second. And
now,
all the
can
way
I
up, and
adjust
that won't
those
happen.
settings in master shots?
I don't use master shots really. I've used them to test, but I don't really remember. But I will tell you,
I don't think so.
100% that is the reason why it's stuttery like that.
So maybe before I do a master shot, should I be putting an ND filter on there?
I probably would. If you can't control the aperture and the shutter speed, then I would probably do that.
You know what? I haven't tried that. I haven't tried putting on an ND filter, but that makes sense because specifically in my cliff walk video, when I was doing the FPV, I had shutter speed issues because I couldn't adjust it. And some of the shots where I was moving fast, I was getting some stutter in the video. Now I have Polar Pro filters for the FPV, but I haven't tested them like that. But I'll try that. I'll try doing the master shot, and I'll throw some NDs on there, see if that smooths it out. Because so far, it's been in every master shot I've taken on that specific part where the drone's coming in, kind of zooming in, and the gimbal's tilted out. I'm always getting that stutter in there, so I can't get a clean reveal there.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you go to Wikipedia and ask what a 180-degree rule is, it's when there's two subjects in a video and they're looking at each other and the camera sort of moves around the two subjects. That's really the current 180-degree rule. But if you hear someone talking about drones in 180 degrees, there's very few drones with mechanical shutters, and none of them have rotating mechanical shutters. So if anyone ever says that to you, you should just smack them, honestly.
So I want to remind everybody, we have a new segment on the show, Fisheye's Mailbox, brought to us by Mudball Creative. So, if you have questions for Fisheye to answer, send it to questionforfisheye@aol.com. Send him your questions. I already know he's going to get some messed up questions coming to that email inbox, but send them anyway.
So you guys see this at Lambo Drives, Zambo FPV, blah, blah, blah.
I can't.
Lambo Drives, actually, his, I believe he had a crash video that was on the new Ken Heron crash video.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Watch the new Ken Heron videos, actually. He showcases the South Florida drone meetup.
Yeah.
He was there. It was nice to meet him and actually say hi to him.
Yeah.
So
does someone want to volunteer to go out back? I got Dre.
I'll go out back.
I'll get back.
I'll go back if you want.
All right. Sounds good. Hey, Dre, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I didn't mean to have someone kicked out. I was just trying to join the conversation that you guys are having about the study.
Oh, good.
Jeff explained it quite eloquently and correctly. So,
thank you.
And I tell people all the time, especially doing mapping work, that you can't outfly the camera.
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple thing of too much speed. The camera shutter speed can't keep up, so you get stuttering.
Nope.
And that's why I tell people about the speed when I do mapping work, that you need to map, because you don't want any blurry images. That's a death of a mapping job. So it's about slowing down the drone, or like you said, you can put an ND filter on there, or like I do, I just do a basic CPL filter just to get a little bit more light in there. So you reduce it, and also shooting at 60 frames per second always solves everything in my book.
Yeah.
That's why I shoot everything at 60 now, Dre.
Yeah. So I just came at the last second, heard you guys talking about it, so I just want to jump in. But Jeff nailed it round the head. So
yeah. By the way, Brett
said I messed up a lot of things in the past. That's the reason why.
That's the whole thing. That's why I can speak from experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Christian. How you doing? And Brett said, thanks for noticing. He made the last 3 crash compilations.
So I'm gonna go ahead and bounce out so you can get your original panel on here. I just want to just chime in real quick and say hello. I know it's been a while since I've been on anybody's show, so I'm gonna go ahead and bounce out.
Thank you for your input, Greg.
Thanks for stopping by.
Dre should stay here because this looks like a rap video now. We have Dr. Dre in one corner and we have Legend Biggie Smalls in the other.
Yeah. All right, then. Well, I would say DJ Jeff, you take it over on the Wheels of Steel.
Awesome, Dre.
Yeah. All right.
Bye, Dre.
Later, guys.
Good, Dre.
That's funny. I
love it.
Wedge and Biggie Smalls.
Yo, what up?
Paul, you took your chances with that one. You can't blame that on anyone but yourself.
It worked. It did work in this crowd, though. I gotta say, humor is always a line between making people uncomfortable and laughing and making people uncomfortable, and they want to punch in the face.
Yeah, there you go.
Can't punch.
It's a very thin line, Jeff.
Hey, look, JSK Enterprise. I just hit.
Hey, well done.
Congratulations!
Right.
I don't think I noticed. Was it? It was Leonard that won the coffee mug, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Leonard. I don't know if I noticed, but do you have a Facebook page? I think he does actually. I'm pretty sure he does. Leonard. His last name begins with an O, right?
Post it.
Yeah, I believe I have him on there as a friend. But if you do, send me a message on Facebook Messenger so I can get your address and send you a mug tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So
right now-
who's been flying this week? I know that some people were getting some frosty weather. Bud said he had a frost warning, and I think Chad also said.
Yeah, we had one too. It's cold. Got my sweatshirt back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got like 50-degree weather up here in the Northeast.
Yeah,
Very
today
nice.
was rotten. You couldn't go up today, but I was up Friday and was it Friday and yesterday? It was good.
Yeah, I've had the weekend off, but I just haven't been flying. I want to give it a rest for a little bit until the green is in full bloom. I'm just going to let my batteries hibernate for a while, and I'm going to keep making videos. Push all the Florida content out. I got content.
Yeah, you get all that content to work with.
do.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
So sometimes, you know, and right now I'm in the job transition.
Yeah, you and me both, buddy.
Yeah, Jim, you said you finally got a position, so I'm happy that your unemployed plight has finished and you now back in the workforce.
You know, the only good thing about being unemployed was that I had a lot of time to fly.
Now,
not anymore.
Now I have very little time to fly. If I'm lucky, I get home, I may be able to throw it up for a half an hour in my backyard, and cruise around the neighborhood, and I get good sunsets, but it's over cityscape, and none of them have been spectacular. I just got too much junk in the way, but I'm happy to be employed. I couldn't stand not being employed. It's just not in my DNA. So everything's going good. I got a company truck and a phone on day one, and it's just uphill from there.
Yeah.
I mean, downhill, uphill. It's good.
It's all uphill. Well, yeah. So on that note, we have a few minutes left. So I like to go around and give everybody a chance to promote what they want to promote and say what they want to say. I do want to mention that we hit 50 viewers again at one time tonight. That's incredible. Thank you. Thank you all so very much for being here. You know, if you enjoyed the video tonight, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to, the other people in the chat, get subscribed. That's why you all have a wrench.
Not
So
enough
click on the
likes.
name and visit their channels. And with that, I'm going to let Dominic start.
Oh, okay. Just usually, as I always go around, mental health is important. And just, that's pretty much it.
Great.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. So, Dominic, thank you for joining the panel tonight. I appreciate having you here, brother. I'm in a little bit, I didn't even realize how close we were to the end of the show. So have a good night. I'll talk to you a little later. We'll go with Lance.
Hey, a ton of rain up here in Seattle, but I did
Nothing new there.
buy my new toy.
Ooh, oh, yay.
Yeah.
We love them. We love them.
Boy,
my next one, Lance.
I am not very good at that. I applaud all you folks that are flying first-person view drones. It's a lot of fun. In fact, it is dry out right now. Seattle time, it is almost 6 o'clock. I'm meeting Kip Gardner, a buddy of mine that lives here in the same city as me, and we're going to go play Follow the Leader with our drones, and before it gets dark. So that's what I'm doing.
Enjoy.
All right, great. Then I'm looking forward to seeing that content you got coming with that Avata. Yeah, thank you very much for being here. Have a good night, Lance.
Thank you.
You can do this with the Avata.
Yeah.
Bridges.
Yeah. I'm going to give the floor to Jeff.
Hey,
I may be joining you guys in the Avata world because I did a proposal for a single shot fly through of a facility that's being renovated. I also have a shot of a mall that I thought I was going to do this coming week, but they're doing some renovation, so that's further on. And then sometime at the end of summer, I think I've got a documentary I'm working on as probably the third photographer guy, but none of it's set yet. So, but I worked on all these things last week, and whoever wants to subscribe to my channel, I promise you I'll have a very good video on this new thing in New York City this week.
Awesome.
It's green.
Excellent.
Looking forward to it.
And
Thanks,
Jeff,
guys.
before you leave, make sure you drop your link to your channel in the chat so people can find you easier.
You got it. Thank
Appreciate
you.
having you here.
Thank
Yep.
Oh, sorry. You're welcome. Sorry about that. So I just want to say Mudball was in the chat, Don. He's actually out in the other chat now, and he says send in those questions. Mudball, Fisheye thinks he has all the answers, so send those questions to him, and that'll be great. Give the floor to Nick.
All right. So tonight I'm going to just say real quick, one thing to watch for, just because I've noticed with some of my batteries, especially for my FPVs, I've got some swelling, and my daughter's phone swole real bad, and we had to get her a new one. Watch your batteries. Make sure you check that battery health, and watch for swelling, because it can happen very quickly. So,
thanks.
Also, you could buy an
regulator.
No, actually, what I was thinking is a lipo bag too, just in case.
Oh yes, I have. Yeah, definitely. I have those too.
Yeah, I bought one of those to go when I flew to Florida, just because, just in case. Basically.
Yep, that's a good safety thing to have for sure.
Yeah, and before you take off with your drone, when you go in, you should go into your safety settings and view the battery info and make sure that all your cells look even and there's no irregularities in there. It'll take you 2 seconds, and it's just a good way to avoid an unnecessary, it's already bad enough losing the battery when they're $200 a piece. Never mind when the drone's 300 feet in the air,
Yeah. It
So
goes from 80% down to 20% in about 5 seconds. And then you're like, oh, fuck, I can't get back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I have one on my FPV, Nick, where it has a battery COM error. So it charges, but it won't communicate with anything.
Oh no!
So,
Yeah.
So I see what you're experiencing your pain.
Yeah.
Can't take it for granted.
Nope.
Paul had an issue with an FPV battery before.
Yeah, faulty one. One of the cells went bad. Almost lost it in the ocean when I first got it shortly after. Yeah. So Nick, thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate you making time for us. I know you had a busy evening. So
thanks for having me.
Right.
Yep. We'll see you guys.
Thanks, Nick.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. We will go with David.
All righty. Let's see. I got a lot. Like I said, I got some good flying in on Friday and Saturday. Went up the Rhode Island coast out of Providence and up Riverside into West Barrington. Good stuff over there. And I also flew over some of the harbors there. And then I flew Westport on yesterday, which, Chris and Paul, that is an unbelievable area to fly. And then I went to Little Compton after that. We could spend the whole summer flying there. So going to do some concentration there. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to join me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know the whole area.
Go crazy, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. It really is.
For over 10 years, Dave. I mean, it's just, I brought Paul to a place, what was it? The Warren, what was it, Paul? That place I took you to where it was all sand?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called. Warren's Point.
Warren's Point, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I went by there. Yeah.
You can go
You're
there.
talking about the day we went to Secana, or how we say it?
Yeah, Secana. It's right over there.
You can go there before March, I think it was. We went and we were able to park there, and nobody bothered us at all. And then we went to Secana Point.
Yeah.
And I couldn't.
I tried to get in there. It's tough. It's really thick because you're going down this one narrow road there, and there's people looking at you and whatnot. And I'm like, maybe not,
And it's a lot of private property, so you got to be real careful. But listen, David, we are short on time, so I just want to say, thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate having you here.
Glad to be here as always, Paul.
We will get together. The weather was rainy all day today, but we'll get together real soon and go flying.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All set. Thank you, guys.
Catch you Wednesday, Dave, or is it Tuesday this month? I don't know. Anyway,
we'll go with Jim.
So I already said a lot of what I needed to say. I don't need to say too much more. I do want to emphasize that which others have said, the mental health aspect. We're all about that here. And anybody needs to talk, there's tons of people available, not to mention these guys right here. So keep tuning in and keep flying and be safe. That's all I have to say. And have fun and get out there.
Yeah, get out there and fly. Thank you, Jim. Congratulations on your job, brother. I hope everything works out with you well.
Love it.
All right, Chris, I'll leave you to.
Well, I had an interview last week, and I was just basically I'm going to be an inspector for all the offshore wind components that are coming in, and that's all I'm working on right now. And yeah, another thing, as everybody has said, if you have any issues you want to talk about with mental health, talk to any of us. We're here to help.
Thank you, Chris. And I'm going to take the floor now. I want to thank everybody for coming here tonight. The second week in a row that we've hit 50 viewers. That's incredible. I never thought that we'd even get to that level here. And it definitely helps with all the content that you guys, share to the group. We look forward to seeing it every week. So, join the group. Share your drone content. You don't have to worry about anyone harassing you about your content. We don't allow any of that there. And I'd also like to say, if you're interested in, getting your 107 license with the FAA, you can join the group and gain yourself an exclusive discount. It's in the pinned topics of the group. Check that out. Mental health. Everybody has issues that they deal with, and a lot of people feel like they have to deal with it alone. You don't have to deal with it alone. You can dial 988 and get help. You can reach out to, if you have family there or friends that can help, and we have people in the community who you can reach out to, and we will talk to you. We'll help you through it. You don't have to do it alone, but we can't help you unless you reach out. But just know that there are people there that care. Even if you think there aren't, reach out. What do you got to lose? You got everything to gain and nothing to lose. So with that, I want to thank everybody for coming out and joining the show. I want to thank Don from Mudball Creative for his creativity with Fisheye. Send your questions in so that way he can answer them. The email and his info will be in the description of this video. Timestamps will be in the video some point tonight after the show. And with that, everybody have a good night. Thank you so much for joining. Why are you still here? Shouldn't you be charging up your batteries and doing your pre-flight checklist?